Record to the. All right. Well, good afternoon. I'm Yoshina Koba Bradford, and today I have Jonathan Scott with me, candidate running from, is it Councilman at Large? Yes, okay, perfect. Wanted to make sure I was correct on that. All right. Well, again, I'm Yoshina Koba Bradford, a member of the South Metro Democratic Women's Council. And here we create or facilitate interviews with candidates to make sure that we can talk about the various issues and programs and concerns that involves all of the citizens. So that is why we conduct these interviews today. And like I always tell every candidate, just relax, just a casual conversation. And it's nothing that you have to have several degrees about. So just simple questions. The first thing is just tell us a little bit about Jonathan. Who is Jonathan Scott?
Well, I am a South Side local. It's born and raised in College Park. Grew up over in Hapeville at the rec department. So I spent, my life down South Side. Went to college at Valdosta State University. Graduated with a degree in intercultural organizational communication. Came back home and bought a inflatable rental business. It's a company that I've been with for 16 years now and finally took over. So I travel all around the Southeast to colleges. So the easiest way to say it is that for all the parents out there, the student activity fees that you pay every year, they come to me one way or another. So I go and I entertain college students to give them other options than going out and partying every day or just engaging the student body at every college. So it's
awesome. Thank you so much for that. Now, just talking about the seat, you're a candidate running for a council member at large. Yes, tell me exactly what that is, what the seat is, and what is the difference between the council member at large versus just a regular council member for like Ward 1 and Ward 2? They use wards in, I think, East Point and Hapeville.
Yes, ma'am. So the council member at large is a position that I'm running for. Covers the entirety of Hapeville. Hapeville is broken up into two different wards, Ward 1 and Ward 2. And so you have half of Hapeville is represented by one councilman and the other half by another, so that you get the voices from each neighborhood. Well, the councilman at large incorporates everyone in the city as well as the businesses. So it's a broader representation of the city at large. So I'm hearing from both sides of the fence, from everyone in the community about the needs of what Hapeville should be doing and what they are doing. But I'm also hearing all of the issues of, hey, this is what's going wrong. This ward, it seems like they're doing something right over here, but we're not doing it here. So, what can we do to improve this? So I am a liaison, essentially. I'm hearing from everyone, and I'm able to then come back and talk to the city themselves.
Awesome. Now, knowing the responsibilities and what you're supposed to do, what are you bringing? What is your platform?
My platform is, I'm a people person. I get out, I talk to the community. I'm out in the events, every weekend. I've started some community groups with local friends, and we play kickball, every Sunday at the Hapeville Rec Center. So we're bringing the community together. And so my goal is to go out and just be among the community, to talk to everyone, find out what the issues are that everyone is having, and talking to people and being around and interacting is what one of my strong points. So getting out there, and it's not a job then. I'm doing these activities anyway, so I might as well be able to then tell the city like, hey, we love doing this and we'd like to improve this. What can we do?
Great point. And you just went right into my next question. So what exactly does Hapeville already have that will now it doesn't need to be improved, or there's not an issue with it? And what are the issues and what would your solution be?
You can never say everything is perfect. Everything can be improved. There is always something that can be done better. It's the top two issues that I've talked to the community about, and the biggest things we need is the K-8 program. We have to have a K-8 program catering to Hapeville children and Hapeville residents. And focusing on that K-8 program is top of my list. Second, which ties in through the K-8 program and catering to the children of Hapeville, is going to be the rec department. Hapeville has had one of the best rec departments in the Southeast for many years. And, over the last, 10 years, the children of Hapeville have fallen off on some of these activities. So I'd like to rebuild, the baseball program. We've got an amazing football program, but we're bringing in many, children from outside, from East Point, from College Park. But I'd like to cater more towards the residents of Hapeville and their children. So creating a better soccer program, because we've got a very large Hispanic community here. And that's one of the things I'd like to do. Also with the city and tying in with the rec department and community activity, I would like to build more community events, live music in the park, and getting the local businesses to come in, and East Point College Park do some things great, and Hapeville has the Happy Days Festival every year, which is one of the highlights of the year for me, because everyone's out there. Well, I'd like to do more of that. I'd like to music in the park and just community interaction and engagement, and have things more throughout the year instead of sporadic days.
Okay, that's a good point. Good point. Now, due to COVID-19, what legislative priorities would you push?
What I'm going to ask for is, as I said, with the community engagement and involvement, it's getting people out there, having more open air activities. Because with the state of Georgia and there are mask mandates everywhere here and there, Hapeville, we've got such beautiful parks and beautiful facilities that we can say, hey, if we can't gather inside in certain places or have a certain number of people here, then let's make it available that, hey, we can come out and do it outside. We can enjoy this and make things less restricting.
Okay.
So I'm going to push for that, and just, as I said, the community involvement, engagement, have everybody come out and feel like Hapeville is home. There's no issues. You don't have to worry about, can I go here? Can I do that? What if I've got my dog with me? Am I allowed to bring this? Dog, children. So it's everything.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, Jonathan, let me ask you, you had qualifying week. Going into qualifying week, what made you feel like you were the qualified candidate for this position?
Because I grew up South Side. I've seen the very best of Hapeville, and I have seen things that I think need to be improved upon. And I have many close friends in the community, and talking with them, they've said, Jonathan, as I said, you're a visual person. You're always out there. These are things we can ask you to push this on through the city. So I have no problem, and I'm comfortable, and I want to see Hapeville grow. I want to see Hapeville succeed, and I want to see them 5 years down the road better than they are today. And with all of the growth in the community that I'm seeing right now, it's going to be an amazing place. And I would like to be a part of that. I want to be vocal. I want people to be able to come to me and say, hey, I can see this here, or I've seen this in another county. Can we do this here? What are our options? And I would like to be that, as I said, the liaison. I want to be the point of contact for the community to then come to the city and say, hey, these are things that we need to deal with. And I as a small business owner, I can see both sides of the fence. I know what is fiscally responsible and fiscally doable versus a reach. So I hope that I can bring to that table is people asking for outlandish things and be like, hey, hold on, let's baby steps. Let's get there slowly, but we're in the right direction.
And you mentioned growth. Now that is something that comes up all the time, I think, in every election. What do you think growth looks like for Hapeville? Where do you see Hapeville going? In a good way, bad way? What is your take?
So right now with Hapeville, there's been a lot of large swaths of land that have been bought up, and they're putting in townhouses and homes, and there's future projects coming, but we still don't have a K-8 program. You're bringing in all of these residents and all of these taxpayers to a city that doesn't have a solid school. The school has been, it's up in the air. Are we going to have to merge with Park Lane? Are we going to have to do that? What's going to happen? It's how can you have growth if you don't have the foundation? Who is going to come to Hapeville without a school? who's going to come to Hapeville and have to send their children elsewhere? So we can grow as a city in population. That's one thing. And that brings in more tax money, and that's great. But how long are these people going to stay? If they're going to be in and out very quickly. Growth of a city is, think of it as a tree, as a forest. Old growth forests are strong and tall and proud. But when people come in and level everything, what are you doing with that land? We want this to be, Hapeville is the city of trees. So we want tall, strong, old growth that people are, foundations of the community. They are pillars here. They are here in Hapeville for the long haul.
Awesome. And you say you lived in College Park. I have to ask, where in College Park?
So I was just off of Rugby. I was in Rugby and Washington Road. I was on Parkview Drive. So I'll do a quick family history, as my mother taught at Woodward for 39 years.
Oh, wow.
So I've grown up, and I have been Southside my entire life. And I love Southside.
All right. Awesome. So we got a lot of natives. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I will say, what can constituents look forward to from Jonathan Scott? What is Jonathan Scott going to bring that no other candidate may be able to bring?
Top of the list, accessibility. You're going to see where I live. You know where home is. I will be out and about. I'm not going to be the man behind the curtain. It is, if there's anything, you will see me. I'll be at the local breweries. I'll be downtown and events in the park, and you can walk up and talk to me. As I said, it's an open door policy. Anybody can approach me and just create a conversation. So I'll be very visible and vocal. You can reach out to me on social media. You can come in person. Talking with people is what I'm very good at, and interaction. So
awesome. Is that what got you into the race? Is this your first time into politics?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, awesome. So was that kind of your passion?
Yes, ma'am. It's community involvement. As I said, being in events for 15, 18 years, it's been a long time, but always being around individuals and people and being outside. I could never have a desk job. I need to be out among people and talking and vocal. So
awesome. Well, just to end, do you have any final points or anything you'd like to share with us?
Well, my name is Jonathan Scott. I'd love your support. I'd love your votes. I am here for Southside. I'm here for the people of East Point, Hapeville, College Park. We can all grow together. We are Tri-Cities for a reason, and you can't have one stronger than the other. So, Hapeville, we need to grow as one, and I look forward to the results in November.
Awesome. Give us your email address, Jonathan, so that the citizens can get in touch with you, support. Hey, funds are always needed in campaigns.
I'm asking for no funds. That is, after a tough year, it's grassroots campaign, going door to door, just talking to people. So I'm asking for nothing, but you can reach out, personal email. It's Jonathan, JONATHAN .Gregory, GREGORY .Scott, SCOTT, and it's at gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We thank you for just allowing us to have this interview and scheduling with South Metro Democratic Women's Council. Here, we're just trying to be a vital part in the community and making sure that every citizen is aware of the candidates and the elections that are coming up. And just, helping the candidates out as well to give you a platform to speak.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well.